Good morning. Today is Monday, November 3rd, 2025. This is an adjudicatory hearing before the Massachusetts Gaming Commission relative to the suitability of Dante Regalado as an individual qualifier for Wynn MA LLC, the Region A gaming licensee, which does business as Encore Boston Harbor or Encore, due to his position with Wynn Resorts Limited, the parent company of Encore. My name is Jordan Maynard. I'm the chair of the commission. I'm joined today by Commissioners Eileen O'Brien, Brad Hill, Nikisha Skinner, and Paul Broder. The entire commission will preside over the hearing and decision of this matter. This hearing will be conducted in accordance with 205 CMR 101.01, the informal fair hearing rules outlined in 801 CMR 1.02 and Chapter 38 of the Massachusetts General Laws. This hearing is being conducted via remote collaboration technology and is being recorded. Let's go over the process that will govern this proceeding. First, a notice of hearing dated October 1st, 2025 was issued to the parties. The notice identifies the issues that this hearing will address. Specifically, the commission will focus its review on whether the facts presented constitute clear and convincing evidence that the suitability standards set out in General Laws Chapter 23K Sections 12 and 16 and 205 CMR 115.01 subsection 1 have been met. There are two parties before us today, and each are represented by legal counsel. I will ask that Attorney Franks and Attorney Nozel please identify yourselves and your teams and advise the commission as to whom everyone represents. We'll start with Attorney Franks.
Good morning, Chair and Commissioners. Deandra Franks on behalf of the IEB. Also present today for the IEB is Director Caitlin Monahan, Chief Enforcement Counsel and Assistant Director Kathleen Kramer, Lieutenant Scott Walker of the Massachusetts State Police, Trooper Odom Ang of the Massachusetts State Police, Financial Investigations Manager Zong Fei Zhu, and Financial Investigator Rowan Al-Said.
Thank you. Attorney Nozel.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members of the Commission. Jed Nozel on behalf of Mr. Regalado, and in his capacity as a qualifier for Wynn Resorts Limited. I'm also joined today by Jackie Crum, Executive Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary of Wynn Resorts Limited.
Thank you. At the conclusion of my opening comments, this proceeding will commence with opening remarks. Each party has an opportunity to make opening remarks, though it's not required to do so. We will then move to the presentation of evidence in this matter. The IEB will present its findings as described in the investigation report. Any commissioner may ask any question of anyone presenting information at any time during or following the presentation. At the conclusion of the IEB's presentation, Mr. Regalado, through counsel, will be afforded an opportunity to ask questions of any individual who presented information on behalf of the IEB relative to the matter addressed in the investigation report or to which they spoke. At the conclusion of the IEB's presentation, Mr. Regalado will be given the same opportunity to make a presentation. He may call witnesses, present evidence as he desires. The commission has directed in the notice of hearing that at a minimum, Mr. Regalado be available if called upon to testify at this hearing. I'll note that he is present today. Additionally, the commission may require any of the IEB investigators to testify as to the findings. Either party may raise an objection it desires. However, the basis for all objections must be clearly stated. Finally, at the conclusion of the presentations of all the evidence, the IEB and Mr. Regalado will be provided an opportunity to make closing remarks, summing up their view of the evidence. Again, this is optional. Before we begin, I understand that there are exhibits for consideration at this hearing that have been exchanged by the parties in advance. Those exhibits are as follows. Exhibit 1, the notice of hearing dated October 1st, 2025, and Exhibit 2, the IEB's investigation report dated October 1st, 2025. Are there any objections to any of these exhibits being marked and entered into evidence?
No objection from the IEB.
None for Mr. Regalado.
Those exhibits shall be admitted. If either party would like to have any additional documents entered into evidence during the course of the hearing, please ensure that they are properly introduced and marked for the record. The commission anticipates that its inquiry at this proceeding will be related to the matters addressed in the investigation report and contained in the notice of hearing. If a line of questioning conducted by the commission moves into an area that's not been included in the report or notice, but that is material to the final determination of this matter, any party may request a recess in the proceeding to review the issue. The commission will deliberate privately and make a final decision at the conclusion of the evidentiary portion of the hearing. The written decision will be issued as promptly as possible. If at any point during the commission's deliberations it determines that further testimonial or documentary evidence is desirable, it reserves the right to ask the appropriate party to provide such evidence prior to a final decision being made. We will now swear in all the witnesses. Counsel, are the individuals you anticipate presenting testimony in this matter present?
Yes.
Yes, Chair.
All right. If there's anyone who is not present who will later testify, it's up to you to alert me that they've not been placed under oath. Anyone who will be testifying at this proceeding, please raise your right hand. I'm gonna make sure everyone's. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will provide before the commission at this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Thank you all. Each one responded in the affirmative. Given the nature of a suitability review, there is necessarily a significant amount of personal or commercially sensitive information that the commission is being called upon to consider. The public discussion of such information may result in an unwarranted invasion of an individual's personal privacy or may place an entity at a competitive disadvantage if such information were to be publicly discussed. For the commission to be able to effectively and diligently execute its legal obligations prior to making a suitability finding, it must be at liberty to fully inquire relative to any of these sensitive matters without compromising the individuals or entities involved. To do otherwise will be, at a minimum, unfair and potentially unlawful. Accordingly, my colleagues and I may elect to exercise the discretion afforded to us in accordance with 205 CMR 101.01, paragraph 7, to close this proceeding to the public to fully address certain matters related to privacy, proprietary or sensitive information, or for other good cause shown. Mr. Regalado may also request that portions of this hearing be closed to the public. Any such request must clearly state the reason for which the commission is being asked to close the proceeding, and we'll take it up. Before we begin, it's my understanding that a pre-hearing conference was conducted with representatives of the applicant, the IB, and our legal department, at which procedural and evidentiary issues were discussed. Do either of the parties have any preliminary issues or objections they would like to raise at this time?
The only preliminary matter on behalf of the IB is I just would like to confirm Attorney Nozzle is stipulating to the IB investigative report.
That's correct, Chair. Mr. Regalado will stipulate to the report as an exhibit in this particular matter.
Thank you, Attorney Nozzle, and thank you, Counsel Franks. With that, I will ask Attorney Nozzle to please proceed with any opening remarks he would like to make on behalf of Mr. Regalado. And you did just stipulate to the exhibit, so please proceed.
Oh, thank you, Chair. No opening statements on behalf of Mr. Regalado, except to say that we're pleased to be here today and thank the Commission for its time.
Thank you, Attorney Nozzle. Thank you, Mr. Regalado. Councilor Franks, you can make your introductory remarks and then move directly into your presentation.
Great. I don't have any opening remarks. I'm comfortable just moving right into our presentation. I'd first like to start out by thanking Financial Investigations Chief Monica Chang, Financial Investigations Manager Zhongfei Zhu, Financial Investigator Rawan Al-Said, Lieutenant David Collette, Lieutenant Scott Walker, Sergeant Thomas Roger, and Trooper Odom Eng for their work on this investigation. Mr. Regalado is a qualifier for Wynn MA LLC. Mr. Regalado submitted all of the required forms and complied with all of the IAB's requests for supplemental and updated information during the investigation. The IAB also interviewed Mr. Regalado, and he has been cooperative and forthcoming throughout the entire process. In keeping with the IAB's established protocols for background reviews of casino qualifiers, we verified identity, confirmed financial stability and integrity, reviewed litigation history, searched criminal history, verified that no prohibited political contributions were made in Massachusetts, and conducted checks of open source and law enforcement databases. Mr. Regalado currently holds the position of Chief Information Officer North America for Wynn Resorts Limited. He has served in this role since November 2023. Wynn Resorts Limited is the parent company of Category 1 licensee Wynn MA LLC, which operates the Encore Boston Harbor Casino. In his role, Mr. Regalado oversees the IT platform operations, systems, and infrastructure, and is responsible for cybersecurity, shared services, data and analytics, artificial intelligence, and project management functions. Mr. Regalado is based out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and reports to Julie Cameron Doe, the Chief Financial Officer for Wynn Resorts. Prior to working at Wynn Resorts, Mr. Regalado served as Chief Information Officer at Banfield Pet Hospital, Vice President of Global Marketing Technology at Walgreens Boots Alliance, and spent several years working for Anderson Consulting after graduating from college. Mr. Regalado disclosed in his application that he held no gaming licenses, but had been in the process of obtaining a license in Nevada. Investigators learned Mr. Regalado's application with the Nevada Gaming Commission was approved on September 26, 2025. The investigation did not uncover any derogatory information that would indicate that Mr. Regalado lacks the requisite financial stability, integrity, and background to be deemed suitable in accordance with the criteria listed in the Massachusetts gaming law and regulations. The IAB recommends the commission issue a positive determination of suitability. This concludes the prepared remarks that I have for the commission, and of course, members of the team are available for any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Councilor Franks. Commissioners, questions for Attorney Franks or other members of the IAB relative to the presentation? All right, hearing none. Does Mr. Regalado have any questions of Attorney Franks or other members of the IAB relative to the presentation?
Thank you, Chair. We do not.
Thank you, Councilor. We will now turn to Mr. Regalado. Attorney Nozel, please proceed.
Thank you, Chair. We appreciate it. Mr. Regalado intends to rely on the report that's been stipulated and the thorough investigation about his background in connection with this matter, and as it meets the standards of clear and convincing evidence of his suitability. I do want to introduce Mr. Regalado and give him an opportunity to say hello, and he, of course, is available for any questions that the commission may have. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Regalado to say hello.
Good morning, commissioners and everyone. Thank you for your time today. I am extremely pleased to be in front of you today. I am also extremely impressed by the thorough process that your office has conducted to verify my suitability. I'm open for any questions that you might have for me today.
Thank you, Mr. Regalado. And we know you've been in place for some time, so thank you for being patient while we got this scheduled up and going. Commissioners, do we have any questions to Jed or to Mr. Regalado? All right. Does the IEB have any questions for Mr. Regalado?
No questions from the IAB.
All right. Commissioners, have we heard from everybody we want to hear from? All right. Now that we've heard all the evidence in this matter, before we move to closing remarks, I would like to turn to my fellow commissioners once again to make sure there's no further sensitive or confidential issues anyone would like to explore that would benefit from closing proceedings to the public under our regulations. All right, hearing none, we will now move to the closing remarks. Each of the parties have an opportunity to make them, though they need not do so. Would Mr. Regalado like to proceed with any closing remarks?
Thank you, Chair. I'll be brief again, just to thank the Commission for its time, thank Attorney Franks and her team and the IEB for its process involved here and open communication in both the investigation and for planning this particular hearing. So we appreciate the Commission's time today and look forward to its decision.
Thank you, Attorney Nozel. Attorney Franks.
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to briefly thank again all of the members of the IEB that participated and to thank the parties as well as the Commission for its time.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Franks. Thank you to the IEB, Attorney Nozel. Mr. Regalado, thank you for being here. Always good to see you, Jackie. And with that, unless there are further matters that the parties or my fellow commissioners would like to address, we will now conclude this portion of the proceeding. Does anyone have anything further? All right, the commission will now deliberate about the matter in private. We are adjourned, and I believe we will be moved. Yep, we're going to be moved into deliberation. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.
Thanks, Chair.
Thank you.